enra men the kind of obekasa no. My intention was not to bring him to the studio because me say MPDA obeko o program be Saturday. It can make us me bekasa phone so. I said, oh no, member studio, and I was shocked. And then what be?
Now God, they offer me and him from business. That's me surrender.
You.
But my member Abaso. Na me say unkran so bian to me who.
Oh, that be enfa.
Oh, bian to me
enfa.
You will chrome drug cartels, cocaine dealers, money launderers, and the woman kasakra from kwache wom because no one say the woman ko fan ko man kwache wom. The woman kasakra from kwache wom.
Oh, sir.
They say Oma Koma no to cocaine bastard Muamu Kochi water crade. Ye be some say nipa no he. Akuma no atum. Sa payment gold bas no.
Oh. It was a ruse.
No money say sa omo nipa na territory. No vi some people ni na territory e no fa cameras. Na national security ko operation. Ye the cameras na ko. No so ye nya MPP ni bi ye kwa expose no.
Ye nguna ni mase.
Kuguna ni mase. One more time ye de ko ye ko buani tramfo ni gold in the time we sika wo mu wie ya na call bi buy. Hey. So they sako count the wrong meat. 2 months now. They be say almost say why na gold near them say one allergy. Hey.
And it did the allergy.
One allergy, almost say one allergy.
One allergy. And then 2 allergies. I said we do the allergy.
One allergy. Na chrome allergy for baby.
Madam will be a friend of Kwabuaja Sare. Kwakwasara Buaje. A friend allergy. One year cremonio, one quick cremoda. By a friend allergy. It's one allergy.
One allergy. I won't call tap credit. I call bass almost cocaine.
Out of million.
One allergy.
I almost call tap credit when you're Intel. When you want people need the cocaine by a coach. Or more senior who's a son NDC parliamentary candidate.
Hey! Hagan.
More funny court, but Primo ne will be to me for Bianco court. And almost I got another one $350 million. Into a more chiwi near Bisa almost say. Why in the century? Mon funny metuja, mon cochino, mon funny monyan de Samoya. One sad drug dealers, no, money launderers, nedia. Mwakasamaya who oppressing, no. Makamano to Namusidu protective them. Innocent journalists are in a human. And I am telling you, sir, they cannot use any state agency or state security apparatus to intimidate anybody for calling them out. Mobile in just 3 months. Gold half a friend say cocaine $500 million. And then Krumuha $500 million. And the Enra Quacho Fosu, and I make we so. Yeah, Quacho Fosu, Emma Community, we could see say, or say, or mono, sa friends saying, supposed to be a President Mahama, opposed to say, oh, security agencies no investigating concerns now, you're raising. Aye. Into the suspicious flights and cocaine, money laundering. Yeah, no, omuye interested in as a matter of fact, President no krano or Chirokeke. And then I have the videos. I will send it to you. Ampa, you must play it over and over and over. Send mebo. Nanya no ne hear wom. Okay. Oh, yes. Also, they are only interested in making an example of Ntim Fordjour. What example? And what Bibisa said, are you saying, said the president can say, why now or taking also they be on taking so I am the spokesperson for the president and I speak on the authority of the president, say, and we here investigation we are only doing to make sure say we have made an example of Ntim Fordjour. They want to make which example? We will do them say which example? Cocaine phone and then I'm one more protective woman. One more the match woman say baby Kevin Taylor to me back room not one security protection. So many na abra court to crown or convicted no. Na innocent journalist you majumano. Womo kano kro ha just 3 months of the intolerant Mahama government. Opeso kan obi anu tum. What do you want to drink anu? No, mo pe different person. What drink anu tum. Na questions nbebre ho. God on next week. E din bia me dey ba betu to dwa no. Hey sir. Kwakuda Rose men ka just watch yawo. Oh me so was say any yaso ko group people so. Jennifer Queen. MP for be so mo sure na omo say wo ba no. Ai omo say in fact one more hope say MPP for M9 na money e dey mu ye resolute mu ntwantro na omo say ba bia ye omo de kwa say Felix Kwacho Fosu ebe kana bontin say o ma invite na wa anko
no musu na na wanko na be kan but say oh mo boa wo challenge wo mo after say response like you dey buy any say fellas say fellas say they invited you through minority leader and I say no route be ni eti wo ko Cape Coast so ko fa kuma sans ko Cape Coast na eti but
you procedure they invite MPs
yeah na you say A+
and another mini about come invite.
No, but you see,
so,
in Kwachi's press conference, right, he was specific. Or say security agencies are inviting an old Ghana.
Yes.
Was it security agencies? And he said the security agencies in the federal market.
President.
Sir.
Yes, that was the statement.
I feel you put into straight proof. No, I say now they are now writing a letter to speaker.
Hey, and now so what the brofo? It's a person what extra brofo more day mount.
God, let me tell you. I took this matter so seriously when President Exp0ses said he wants the security agencies to collaborate with me. He has zero tolerance for cocaine and all these things. But you know, I did see a metro letter requesting for joint meetings. Say, Momra, all the agencies in our president Abumudino. Momra ni Siana de Miubiano, main farmer de Monsumo, Ebia Mumpumunim de minimum. Mumma me updates now. A bema no man wadwa. Momra ni Isia. And NDC for no motia so okay ni. Yan cry ba be come home NDC MPs no. So ye cry ba be come home na nko ese nko a. Metro letter ne koya no ma say twa U10 mumpeni for block come say. There be that. What kind of meeting is that?
Right, Pacho, ya ma ye genesis of no.
Okay.
You say plane B, ye ambulance plane.
Good.
ABC Ghana.
Good.
You say ambulance di into basa. And na airba, you say yari phone them, if you them, and I bet your Mangana airport. I see what some days. You say one about could be buy ye, but could be 5 days. You say back was the type pay. Mukoko kumpe say I be organize boko kumpe to ma change your airplane time na ma wo mo kwa isa kwa so kwa fu mu wo he omo chiye ya afese back omo so kwa omo kwa Europe omo fi Rwanda and omo kwa Europe and omo be fa Ghana and am say eh na me ti akrai na me se me kwata mala afe makofa azim me frazim ma be kumase ansa na makope Adday, then I was a sramu, Chetrimu.
Yo, and you know, the Tiana said a tea for Ichiamu pa Muniwa Yiniho. Na the woman said, Dankebian Shemu, a bride Dania buying at the man, President Mahama. Near here, Nimusenka, Ghana, Yajidimpa as the second most peaceful country. As Saku came your DNA, the TB, no, Komba Betwaso sa. Yet the Maomwa, Bosme Bakubia, there's a cocaine bus. Bosumi baku bia there's money laundering bust. Bosumi baku bia there's a new man sabi a bomb mine and womu ye ukrumu and the ebisa wo say within all this time wa cocaine ne ade trentry ne money laundering ne womu good the trentry flight mean be so buy na sa flight no baku cry ambulance just say no efunu anase yarefo na organ penny e defa na baku so ye private cargo. And no move free Gran Canaria. Be grow, mem Gran Canaria and so no. Ewo Morocco sroha. Okay. By island, but it's Spain for us. It's a small island. Na nu bonija di nkwane koso. Okay. And a bra mo e free oba ye no. E suspicious because there are thousands of flights at a back room ha etuko. Obi amisa ho asem. Ba mienu ide. Ambulance no be do 20th March. Obedu ya Otana for 5 days and was sent to call 25th March, back to Gran Canaria. And about also 12 March. And so Sa Kavok and so to free Gran Canaria ho eba Ghana. Ebedi 13 days. And also sent to call the same Gran Canaria. Hey, the kwacho for so can say free Rwanda ni ayon tro. Na woman me no to the same time no. Yeah,
wait a minute, fetch me. Da ben as one okay date ben.
12th March and a Kavok air no be drew
12th March. Eh, Rev Patricio, my check DBC was say police raid 2 cannabis clubs in southern Gran Canaria for illegal sale of drugs. We date here 15th March 2025. Because my shadow bought Gran Canaria Google send me it took a Gran Canaria and was say Spanish police dismantle mafia linked drug running network in the Canary Islands. And up to 16 years in prison and fines of 15 million for drug trafficking in Gran Canaria. Just Obomudinu Kwadia, police discover drugs hidden at Casbah Shopping Center in Playa del Gran Canaria 2024. Just Obomudinu Kwadia.
Oh,
as a Ronaldo also goes.
And yes.
Okay.
And you know God is a BB sa flights neba. Mind you, sir. 25th March na we na so tuboko mu. And na Doom soccer see being see Kotoka International Airport da.
Yeah.
Same day ni see. Ntim yensani na coincidence. And e be say so amafo hu say enoma bi free mu ko enoma bi free ko hyemu ni ade. And e be say minority caucus ye raise concern say mo na mo ye security agencies. Enya kwacho fosu ni bi say na sem. He doesn't know anything about security.
This is trouble so
security agencies na wo mo ye credible. Wo na eni wo mo e bisa wo say se bibi wo mu na munima mo fa metudwa se because amafo susu se intel no susu se eye cocaine na se sika na wo mu enti no se eye no a mo yehu ebi o mban na mo che wo mo a na yehu na mo ye nhwehwem se ba ye nso na ne mo di free mu do mo se mu anye bibia se obi ampo akomatu a na ma set records nso obi an akomanto no yem na bibia nim na as a security agency no mo mama esa authoritative information after say my investigation no na bibia so atwa ye bisa we ya hey akobre o mampeni mahama kuru akobre kwacho fosukuru ene bisa se na sebe na monso nka cocaine ne yinsu de nka mo fa ho be ye ko boso a ese bre mu kuru security agencies na wo ho no mo ankasa kwan no mo fa small note to be meto abontem dwodwo amanfo akoma we kanako ene Ghana airport ene NIB small state
omelette ase
na kama isu te say Ghana Armed Forces ebra pirates in
kwachi
for this statement by
Debbie.
Is he the spokesperson for security agencies?
Debbie.
Which agency is more sensitive than Ghana Armed Forces? But one kasa and the issue almost statement say crime say na cost ye hwehwemu and we are expecting the same way say other security agencies so the munim fa ho no mo fa metuja mo say hey abrimukro mo ba betete mo ba intimidate they should come they should omonto pono ema cocaine for no mo protect you na omombra emeche ye ne aye kasaba unza asem we UN for asum
sir
oh yes
who publication
the moment kwacho fosu be kan say enye di hia omo aban no ene say wo be hwehwemu na they just want to make example of me na you say so nyoma we intelligence aye ne kra ye wo aye din ye hwemo enti say bibi say aba na mo be hwehwemu Gran Canaria suspicious flight mo ye hwehwemu here you are jumping the gun and irresponsibly recklessly arrogantly talking about going after somebody we are watching. They've issued a statement
but Rob okasa first no na ne be brain tiase na ese e dey be dem motivate you no more joy fm Emma omukwa investigation afi omo asi also to report omo so ma confirm me
yes
they wo kan na suspicion na doubt o ba bia na
God me breaking news na there will be an NDC for Babontin time issue omo friends attack dogs in army
so
anya no kre o twan tro so fu twan tro plane bia me land plane bia anya no kre ono ano obo ne propaganda and na me release plane no the flight number and the details in the BBA time or the bedru time or the call every precise details and na join news for any other news agencies and so do mo asuko omo ko be manifest ni hu say the bia detail to pay and afi omo bo hu say hey afi de ni yen try U10 and e buy then e be akwacho fusu say ofri or the yarefo se funu free baby and e ko baby onya Ghana ha no ba o and na osoto fuel no baby a Gran Canaria wa obepa Morocco ho apa Libya ho apa Cameroon ho apa Burkina Niger obi a ho aswadru Ghana no wanya baby a enya fuel se Ghana no benya fuel and obu fuel ni wie ya obe abetu na Nigeria epa ye and the time so pa ye and an entaba no so nya problem and an engine leaky oil and omo frefofro e free baby e dey be fix ye enti na ebisa se and omo wie na omo fix wie ye no omo tu akoma anko ba bia na omo ko se funu no omo dey ko se organ no omo dey ko se yarfo no omo dey ko ma amfa na anko no omo da omo san ko back to Gran Canaria na nya bia e funu na da ambulance ni mo na organ dem and answer yare for them no mo twamfoni bi di ababontiana
and number 2
na he no mo de ne call hospital be
na bebusa no
na mo kokora no within that period sa na sesem go be catch re sa air cargo pictures no twa video no fake videos sa gallons bi fin bi na o se eno na combustible oil a wo plane no no air cargo ye fa combustible oil enfla fake bi no makotwa enti bi san se omunya video no da ben because flight na tuko and one more fake even no more piecing it together. And so we are daring them to tell us some and as some no more can say and a buy and a say and no go far party free baby and no munina be say and no munina ho to warm the same day doom so buy and no munina to go. Now his force would say if free Angola and free Angola if free Gran Canaria and a Basankoye and the force would be say one more free Angola and a buy because Angola any the capacity to give permit RA3 permit to enter Europe no and you know because in November 2024 and friends airport Angola no Luanda no had any certification to give such permit way back 2024 September and this kwacho for sube catcher say plane A12 free Angola granted say home put it to free na say Ghana no ba beji permit and so akwa tronko they should tell us the truth and stop covering up for their cocaine matters. But
Rev, then be ma suspicion. Ebeba say ade we ba yin na ba ko be say 5 days or say no possible say ebia eye nubone asem anase eye money laundering. Then be ma sab yinaba.
Okay, we are the NDC for Kwachu say and I will resign if Ntim Fordjour is able to bring proof say na cocaine will not catch on say kwala na wokan because intel now national security for nya they call supplement they call bastard gold ni ko friend sikano obi ko ekobu container nani etwa picture e go ni bi as evidence and the brew say sa gold way bebre as a container small supplement ko
dabi
cocaine na mo NDC ni cocaine na mo ko bass ye no obi ko container nim NDC for the containers there obi ko container nim e ko twa picture of the cocaine san take samples at the brew say monye ko test say cocaine na we ni concrete proof enti no monye answer wo ko ye ya na what kind of childish response is that enti no the can say history is repeating itself make can the sisuna masre kwa akono Obekaya, you can Google it. January 2013.
Yeah.
Ghana Web, any modern Ghana, but they were not the ones who broke the news. The news was broken by an Iranian news agency. And we're breaking news in the mass CNN and Al Jazeera. 2013, January. The same beginning of President Mohammed's first term to say near our second term beginning same period and now Turkish authorities intercepted the mami send link in the and also maybe
me who are you be say
Turkish airline Turkish authorities intercepted $80 million worth of goods shipment of good a good Turkish airline beam and sa flight with African neighbor. Now documents are who were him. Omo contacted Ghana authorities. They zipped up. It was a big scandal. So now they zipped up and never talked. Woman seizes 80 million. Gold.
Wow.
So 80 million. What the back and name was over $1 billion. Was 2013. May Sunday amount direct to cry.
Mr. Pacho, me there be amount we ye source no. I'm told that this one is coming from Joy News or say claims on Gran Canaria suspicious flight must be properly investigated. United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. And now omo edi abano intipacho pacho enti na wo no or say claims on Gran Canaria suspicious flight must be properly investigated. United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. And now omode ye no abano enti mahumba konso say no yes what said I was 80 million worth of gold flown out. $80 million worth of gold flown out. Officials tight-lipped. We delegate and this house story so a buy that can be just date na but I check. Me wa on January 19th main news. Okay, so on January 2nd, 2013, Turkish authorities seized the stash of gold in a Turkish airline cargo plane bound for Dubai en route to Istanbul's Ataturk airport in Turkey. The Turkish authorities claimed the gold lacked the necessary papers needed before it could be transported. It was, however, realized that the information given to the authorities was not entirely true because nobody knew where the cargo originated from or where its destination was, even though the gold on board the plane was undeniably gold carrying Ghanaian seal. And today, 2013, when John Mahama was the president,
the same trend. Until Ghana, we should brace up. Say, I'm sorry, Waka, Neankasa, and somewhere Babe Kosu Krumuhano. A bedroom pempensubino. We are Ghana, Nasa, who took Abrucha. One year, they may even strip you naked.
So, what is the way forward
because
now?
Okay, 2009 to 2017, United Nations classified Ghana as a transit point for
drug trafficking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you want to get back to that? Yababe cleaning up every year. You want us to go back to that era? And sorry, Waka. And when we are asking questions, they should provide answers. They should not go after innocent journalists, innocent politicians who are asking questions, legitimate questions. Are a Ghana for Akumaso. We demand answers and accountabilities, not persecutions and unlawful, commando kind of, arrests.
All right. I was for Reverend John Ntim Fordjour and we pass it through no idea and come on. Abaso, yeah, that's it. Yamisha, I go for more home buying. Maybe I could be no na MP for some Mompaye in Nechi. A member of Parliament for Ascent South and the Ababedi and Komono. You better quine na yasa back to the studio near Babedi and Komono. Pacho consultant to moral and ethics committee of Bichim. Wano ene Audu Mahama entipacho Audu yankwa
now briefly on this matter extra matter mamenchia jefone etifu maba ha che kakra na
kase oba ha che kakra
me ba
oba ha che
The first one he said wabaha
maba ha che
oba ha che
okay,
nyehwe.
Okay. Okay, I've been here for long.
Yes.
It's been a while that I've not been here.
Yes.
Say, it's been a while that I've not been here. Say, dear mama, to drop on me. Unim say aircraft, the mama kakra. Unim say 2 aircrafts in Rwanda, any Angola.
What a coincidence.
The originated for Rwanda and Angola. And secondly, omunye na planes na belandi or Ghana. And you know what? The first plane say Antonov 12 VK. It said coming from Rwanda and Angola was also fault was carrying. It says oil drilling equipment. I see it was carrying oil drilling equipment from where?
Oil drilling equipment.
Sana we can kwachi. And lubricants from European Union.
Lubricants. What type of lubricants?
Lubricant. Oil. Sound okay.
What a guy.
That was a statement. Kwachi Felix.
No.
The video, Nana.
But Google there. The video.
But lubricant. Which kind of lubricant?
What's the lubricant?
What's the lubricant?
Okay.
Maybe.
The lubricant. The
aviation lubricant.
Maybe aviation lubricant. I said it was called oil drilling machine, and lubricants from Europe for European market. From European market. So
yes.
And the free European market. At the end of free European market, and him van a call. I call for Rwanda. You call for Angola, and I be land or Ghana. And I only buy on say develop engine blade fault and suffered severe oil leakage. That's plane number 1. Plane number 2 so met Emet.
Yes.
Also originated from where? Rwanda and Angola. Also by also suffered a tie burst.
Hey.
And issues with its landing gear.
Hey.
Coincidentally, 2 planes came from 1 to 2 countries. Africa and problems by and now they have to take some time for them to fix those problems before the planes left Ghana. And now Honorable Hinty and then Obika be somebody just hinted me say Mokai say light of vehicle
airport. And what kind?
Honorable kind. I say Sadana on a place in the 2 year. Like to know they say suspicion a woman is say actually say deliberately na put you like to know off a place in the 2 year. That's what people are suspecting now. In Ghana, may be any.
But don't also forget, say, 3 weeks before that time, no.
Yes.
Na NDC for Atwashe airport,
yes.
Akopamo security company, omone Ghana airport contract. Apamo munina every home.
Exactly.
Yeah. Don't forget to. And some is
Omar Pamano.
Aye. Yes,
following this matter.
Yes.
Omar Pamano. Even though me who say coincidentally, no. FBI sank Omar Pamano Ntim. Say who feel say one in Juma. Now at some way see ya around where ya na Omar Pamano. There will be some suspicion.
So the wouldn't Professor Tuku come boy.
Oh pa.
Also what I me hear me national service. And now many Juma cry. Was a Gordon. There is no mere coincidence in this world.
That's right.
And what can there be one day be na me ye bibia say me define all this kakra bi ya dey bi and it quote I think say anti bi back and also person okotia na me ne call she didn't come no say we ban ni su ban no so ye okeka no what kind near this bi na dade and was so lo enkan but powerhouse yes what can say bia no say Suban radio, who showed the history of Ashanti, sir. A bantam Suban, a god, a best of we a bantamani. And interestingly, me a bantamani also. Because me, a dear, the to know why you bear Muhini, our bantama. But already, a matter of course, 9:30 I'll be GM would tear or ship program that was Edia, which 1 hour extra in the Darcy. So, Mamma caught me a ibo. So, a cocaine pass na kind, will be saying me, a B. Say 28th March, I will keep course. Cocaine worth $350 million. Yes.
Yes, easy. About we easy.
And
okay, 5th March. 5th March. Takradi. Takradi is 150 million worth of cocaine.
Yes.
And 20th March, Accra. $2.1 million worth of cocaine. What are they now? That is 502.1 million
worth of cocaine.
Within 1 month.
But I was fast and I was cocaine is right.
Yeah, you see, what Ghanaians should be asking is cocaine is season now on my own. We want to know. And I also want to know the people who brought the cocaine into the country.
And the prosecution so because why we have Mama Kwebo.
Okay, allow you say many opinion your mama ya. Okay, say Nayele bia.
Nayela metefe.
Metefe bia e chi no wo. 2015 2016 UK. E jail no ho. On say the accomplices were going under trial in Ghana here.
Mama Kasa
say you discontinue with the trial.
I know.
Ghana.
Ye chi omo Ghana no. Ye domo ko Ghana airport.
That lady no ye say na ye penyi bi
adamfo. Na penyi bi adamfo.
Okay.
Me ko me kai tie bracho. Me ko hobi, me ko Ghana airport hobi. Ye ebra ye chomo do mbai no. Ye ka say ye mo kwa simulation security for say.
Yes.
Omo no mo ko say ka say omo ko fa VIP and the koi. Eti so mo emfa nyina ye nko. No mon can ensure security for the sebe mo fire ewura airport inside ho me ko bi ba kwa me di nachi omo de fa benkum bi say edan keto bi say mura ho ma one of the ladies can say the lady can say jack nya na fa you she said it under tone say ja no mo fire it me say next state na a director mo say mo kwa mo for mo fa sa na mo fire because they didn't want to implicate the republic. Yes. Obuamwa yanko
Bragod Maminchia, Maminchia, Penform no more studio.
Penforjo so.
Na yenda honorable as say obe pass it through.
Yeah.
I think my first submission will be on the issue now is an OSP.
Yeah.
And the OSP how do I carry?
That be obeba. That be a baby.
In fact,
why are you particular about me talking about OSP?
Osha
Yeah, say what you need.
Tobo omo ebu amu akwan misremo. Mama brand ya kwan won kasa.
Osha OSP issues now. I think say Peter addressing most of the things and can be can. Now, Mesha say free. The time I met say OSP no Afro Gordon Asabridi Akono Tomeso Kakra. Because say we share some people around the special prosecutor as a person. Now umbets now say yentu and some French journalists. Just because we're channel, seriously, it didn't make sense to me. Ebine Sami Dakuya Peter Ebonidi. I mean, looking at Sami Dakun, the media advocate. So now I'm not a journalist. Now, what officer? In fact, you ever say it's our office, no? You're afraid journalist because I can't say. Then Osho Ura Kiseja being as a lawyer, our special prosecutor.
It's a movement.
Osho the cases are why to defend people are they have alleged to have defamed people. In fact, as Samuel, a lot of the cases a lawyer Kiseja paying. Samuel was on defamation or say girl being more example. You see, so such a person about a special prosecutor. Now say journalist, I can't simple fan. Meanwhile, you know the remedies of defamation. Will be slander, will be libel. You know what to do. He said that can the National Media Commission is there, or you can even go to courts and all these things. But clearly, it looks as if say Kiseja been looking at the records in the data and show it looks as if he doesn't have much on his table to do. Because yes, if we were normal looking at cases also yet CICCA, there is an issue of missing containers. Minister of Energy say containers are here. Procurement issues. God don't kind of mandates. No procurement issues can. It's here like he said but journalists are watching that dream. What can be a fan in the crane? So what time now the enemy be real? Why would you go after him? No, I can say my ban because who can say. So please, we have a lot to do with as a country, and the special prosecutor, no, looking at the mandates, the only remedy be as of every journalist. Some brand church and same one I say, we a lawyer, obeying our court. But you see, who share the office of a special prosecutor now? I mean, one of the offices are President Akufo-Addo did buy. I think say aha MPP. In fact, a causing political damage to the MPP. Our office was needless in the first place. No, the office of special prosecutor. Unfortunately, the people are office in the by near bomb with him or my heading in answer. Have a cause problem. Has caused more harm to the party and MPP as a party. No, yeah, problems be brave. But you see, the same people now I know say they are out of goodwill. Omo buama Kiseja ben any matinami do. Omo babe heading search offices no. I am just imagining how they are going to feel now. Sisiano onu Kiseja ben you don't need to do much to please the current government because office no has a security of tenure. And to do your work as a professional lawyer with your experience because some of the things that he's doing so comfortable cry omo say Kiseja bin yese but we shall act now on a lighter note and no big catch and say we shall act now they set up the office of special prosecutor now 2017 act 959 boy
okay
now 959 no see NL phone numbers
959
and I want to loto
959
yes
na the NL phone number
short code the loto
hey sir Hey! No, madam, from the cashier, no. Say yellow to office because NL for short code here 959. Now they are setting up the office of 959.
What start 959 hash? Now we tell to.
Hey! Well, say me great. Na me kwabi humu ahin fa na me ba hey.
No, I am na me ka.
What tell to?
Oh, check it. Okay, me kwa mini loto chwa ba kan ma share.
Okay. Welcome to NLA 590. Select a game. Saturday. Mom to show be na me fa movement.
So in principle, no, I am tempted to believe what the guy is saying. Say office na yakoya good day loto office too much. Because it was meant for good, but send it doesn't really gel. Then I can say, looking at sometimes obi almost say to come donors obi ma won so ma onoma nipa na boa. So if not for anything, Kiseja Ben should remember the relationship on Nkrofo here there. Because he has a relationship with Gordon, like he's saying. I know any other people now stepping on their toes. No?
Oh, that where they factor me. For me saying when it comes to being professional job, I don't take into consideration many personal relationships. Me call no and let me say it. Minimum Kiseja being pa. One who me pa. sebe yem komani agura ni nyine do la money say wunim no Peter say wusu wunim no
papa
ye nyine enim no metra bo nipa more than 100 din a ye nyine enim no so nim mo ntia no po de for me it doesn't really matter say maye bone na wo na ye OSP na say wunim dili say ne kwan pa so de a I don't have a problem
but they anya kwan pa
but they anya kwan pa so de but I'm thinking say they may have to ask him say ampa o musa no biemo say it OSP ampa twindwene tibu biemo say wa musa sa asem ne dade a fine then life goes on
they may come biemo say and yes say officer like you are saying wo hwe office in structure budget aye de ko ho any logistics aye provided under Kisejabin
yes
any sort of cases also weighing any a fraction and a percentage of cases were prosecuted he is not working he's not working into no on my office no on my it shouldn't be an officer I say I am using it to settle personal scores one man confide say I say no was man or go after you
well me the meaning only
because yes so on say cases be odi no
yeah okay
I say the settle scores be
okay I see
can for time other big cases are way because
god also no nia asema nka you invite us what can say be
I don't know make say only me person okay so one more personal is with I don't know but I don't have any personal bia with him say
I think now yeah we institutions be branch office in all name is anka financial intelligence or Yoko or CID or you know say I'm not banana we also not justifying it any shebeka but all that we can say is that the office should work within the law and they should work within their remits. Criminal cases then they should go after it and prosecute. Okay. Now munjai civil media cases no and also your remedies are here. On the cocaine issue, I think say Miss Senior I would do any honorable market celebrate. Last the Hanambe can say I buy me bar ye name send a cocaine some near the echo. Okay, say last me ball ura Benindego din wa ha.
Yeah.
Now your director of operations at Narcotics. Yeah. 10 times the cocaine issues be by. Bendego. Now be catch us and say why no technical director or Yoko or advice. Oh you don't know?
Bendego.
Is at Yoko.
Ampa.
He's back.
No, say Gordon. Why would I come a public way? So Sebi Madam Fence.
Peter.
Raymond actually. So that bizarre. Benindego is a technical advisor to the executive director of Yoko.
Oh, okay.
I am telling you, Obi and the case crash, cocaine case, went to me because before time they man coffee, Professor Amos by a friend, assembly and resolve it or hanging one or free system.
Only says our case were okay.
The every Benjamin case. Last Mekanoa. Mekanoa, me catch a God and say. Uncle Bisa, a choir.
Ben also walk
yeah, a choir. A choir, doctor. Maybe catch a god. Uncle Bisa, choir, Doctor Dominic Ayeni, as a private lawyer in 2009-2010. Uncle file appeal. Under Betimodi Dusu as Attorney General. Yet me release Kwabla Manita go. And allergy, sir. Omu jelly on the for time. But within some 3 months, Professor Amos by no release your and there's some strange appeal and appeal in society because in Kofubi and Kesson bear witness no Attorney General na dey and from even Kofi Buachi
program in the say if any
be Kofi Buachi
na my pull out story this is here on Benindego where a story published by the Deep Crusading Guide dated 20th December 2010 15 years ago headline in me Benindego must pay us his ugly noises. Mr. Benindego, the former head of operations of the Narcotics Control Board, who told Joy FM's news file host Kwaku Sechi-Ado last Saturday that the Mills-led administration has recalled him from a protracted leave, was one of the 2 most senior officials of NACOP. The George Nawul committee recommended to be reprimanded for the election of duty. Mr. Ndego, in the wake of the recent WikiLeaks cables disclosures, has been on some of the radio networks touting a so-called professional track record and self-acclaimed honesty while casting innuendos and aspersions on others such as former Interim Minister Kandapa, Dambuchi, and the Mark Ewuntoma. He was even on the radio network last week challenging certain statements. Last night, I thought was, however, a scrutiny of the findings contained the George Nawul committee findings shows that Mr. Ndego's holier than thou posture and self-acclaimed credentials are not supported by anything of evidential value. Indeed, the record showed that serious questions of integrity and professionalism had been raised against him in the course of his career as a NACOB official, and the new crusading guide intends throwing a searchlight on those issues and events for the perusal of our readers. And what was okay say for the status. We recall aspects of the Georgina Wood Committee final report that dealt with the conduct of NACOB, especially Mr. Ndego in the wake of the MV Benjamin Kokiri saga. And the thought was why, and he said he's now back at
Mr. I don't know one say time investigation was discontinued.
Okay.
And he also did not good, and he did not take any steps on also based on rating or not for hiding into the system. And then some funny reasons and strange reasons, Mahama comes, then he's appointed technical advisor to the executive director. So sa cocaine is a mekosu, a bekosu bebre. Menka someone no moye. But oshe chronology of events I so baby are playing if you buy here. They are playing able to Yama lights off under some strange reasons. Then the government communicator emphasized kwache ofusu ebeba beke can same be. Then within the same week na yesi Asake Ghana Civil Aviation Authority boss ebema ko for reason suspicion. And I know now be say sa attack kwadi cocaine no mo chie no ekosi say container na mo say amako for sapi man no ekosi say and Cape Coast die. But if as a government within 3 months cocaine actual system is $500 million, then
hey, I know what
you should be worried.
I know what. But
again, Mama can't say me answer me they see.
Okay.
Said the managers of the narcotic system now, no more between 2009 and 2017. I'm a UN can say Ghana is almost becoming like hub of cocaine.
No, omudi chem.
Good. Transit no. Yan shwe ni be more system still. And it didn't happen under Kufuado. Say simple the volume Andrew. But that is government no. Yan kai say you were crisis upon. Also, you see, I'm advisor to the interior minister. So remember crisis upon.
Hey, I don't. They're all back.
We are back.
Oh,
everybody's back. That is why.
Oh, okay.
In fact, Muntaka first committee of forming its own review recruitment into security agency. Over crisis upon a chair. Over in the NACO ministry as an advisor, and also time in assign main concern. TSA president, no sorry, no 200 more.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
All right. It's ebo ye asemuni.
Mimi azu sawada. Into on sorry me panacho.
Ebia si aba na wonya we ye na ebu amwa eka. Etemusafo aha eye Wuntumi Radio 95.9. You also live on Movement Television so na social media platforms ni nyina no so no. Ya sokọ menya ntie se Facebook ni YouTube de mo aye de papa as a traffic nyina no adirect e de abasid mo you most listen to and most watch political talk program live on social media and also on traditional media Saturday morning the I said ma na ubenya no na obi busa se na koka no edebe loka se kuma se koka wo ba we ye kwaku o sen crunchy asiedu koka aha koka diwo hini
se
ule diwo hini
ebo busa me se ade na me hye baomia shit
so ba me hye to was it is possible say the atwam t-shirt
now
na twenty na hye ye
me pacho se le be ya ye be wie cocaine sensem na you know unso oka bibi say
na do jawe o man interest in pass
class prefect
ba se no be gina ho ka man interest
me class prefect
that
related issue
metro
okay
metro names of talkatives
Peter is how say what say
metro din
Peter how say anything
kwaku
is how say anything
Bendego no indeed and he's been appointed as
you are confirming
yes technical assistant to the executive director of Yoko
okay Benindego Benjamin Ndego
ukohwe wabra wadamfo OSP eshia Yoko say ombeye collaboration in seminar Ghana web name modern Ghana name my John online na the concluding part say Mr. Jabin was accompanied by OSP Director of Investigations, your friend.
Why?
Emmanuel Basintali.
Mr. Basintali, good morning. And I see here, but I said the name come on. But one head of investigations. I think me questions one investigate me. I be been to that mention that far officers no home to into job because I said that. But at least we need to better make.
Onona oni kisiko Yoko.
Okay.
And the Yoko,
I feel my own personal interest.
Personal interest and your official interest.
Yoko, so Omutimuno, the acting executive director, and a Yena Adamfo, with Monacha.
Okay.
And now, deputy Yoko. And the assistant, technical assistant, Mr. to the executive secretary, Ben Ndego.
So who is the assistant to the technical assistant, Ben Ndego? Who is his assistant?
I name Mr.
Okay. Mati, it was confirmed.
Maybe I'm sorry, no man, assistant, but it's advisor.
All right, it does. Coca. If I chawa. Basha ma bilimra. Ya ma bilimra. Yes.
Baby a ye drew no. Okaya Ken Echo Edum
Kenofrata.
no Ken Ejip.
Orabo Ken Japan. Okay.
Oko Edum no na flag kesiye a ya chro Ken den 2028. Besi ne mi party mpanimfo entwe obi ansan ye. Adwo asafo ye se oka ono ne haw. A oye normal no. Ye ka che ne se onye din. Nti akwaya ti se
But they say it would be two separate things. So Orabo Ken Japan. Ako baby na ne nkofo and wako baby na ne supporters ekuta flag aye bana kakraka second 2028 be ba to wasity ye instituted ni yi
yes
ono was it can 2028 enti the supporters edinechi eno mako na adwasa for so ebeka sai omosi wo kanse be say etia party yi no omanka say was it Dr. Bamia 2028 their friend it's two different things
adia party ni kan ye
oh yeah no we share with t-shirt one share with t-shirt kan wo there
to can wo there
na me
I can wo there straight why are you in this t-shirt and one no
Bamia 2028
exactly you see time ni ho
debi on say no adia wo ni trim
the one you are away
and that's what I can't hear me. Say, as a set agenda bay.
So your agenda is to push Dr. Bamia to be the flag bearer of the agenda negative. The agenda is and the agenda is to push Dr. Bamia to be the flag of the party and then the eventual winner of 2028 elections.
Yes.
Sabas no Ntim. Sabas Ntim. Me Sabas. All right. Etipacho yanko Africa wasem. Yanko OSP kakra. We are no ba Ghana tenite ko ken ha.
Me da se enra wa mama nyira. Se me twam ana ba bi ye ko ma nyira. Me hu building na me hu se OSP building ni because na me nim da say OSP building. Na me pese me busa wo. Sa da no ni purpose pa ne se ni esi ama OSP 10 floor for obia yamani sika eti pa chop me first question here omo auditors they will be audited state sika yeah so we need to know the audit sika na here if your prosecution when you 174 na we a parent cry lot of parent cry ka we need that
no unless what my use a Freedom of Information Act are requested
into the yo mati ba mi busa omo ho no how were they recruited we need to know how boss yes then who say then
say on say under the OSP Act no OSP no ankasa beti me recruit on recruit to nobody recruits for him
and he's made it public
so that one the
204 staff
204
until you have the mandate
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 floors no all these people occupy there so far as a taxpayer Ghana sika e dia mo mfa so be na aba
ba me ba o me here clarity Peter the same office na Martin Amudu start free and what
on na e man of
yes
so ka say chief of staff some say mfa team
me pacho me sro Coca.
Oh, I need to
And
ask
yet,
questions.
there be the questions. A day about when we bring a Juma OSP. Yeah.
You were there.
You
are so sorry.
Oh, that too, but Miss Ron.
You are mine.
There be date beba, date the beba say, ye pese ye share the perform and I may say, ye beshe say, OSP, a Juma warrior in its totality. Ye pese ye beshe, ye say, and there be no to the bahane. And no question and to quite and come out ye, topic in the say, there be no, there be science and waha. And Danny, one day, Beba Busa say, every compa OSP, a Juma warrior, and you could do and I'll be a Juma warrior, and the battle, so
there's no even description. And say, and the that be the end of when Yanessa, now could you bless who the discretion be? That be a boho, now police a boho, and today security service be or movie be now. I heard a bastard book away day. So I go to walk home. It's would ye, and I know what I call. I had tell come Yachaman, be some and potential convict. And I tell you, mention that McCoy. And I had you knew say, Chayachimity, and the air coach asked whether it is then and their own operation and you do the. I don't know. Press conference. Class minus. Oh, you knew we didn't know information because we are available. You hey, but we are so near down for. Who bet you? Say, who could phone? Now phone contact ne wo so no se wonya asem na ntumi microphone 5 I'll be from wonya available so phone no token
asem abo
no se wo phone
ya ka asem o
no se wo phone
asem ka no ambo ekuti o hwe ni
so I can share has na se wo friend microphone 5 na ga na asem to no we ntumi enye obi a phone no token
anyway it's coca ya ko cocaine so
cocaine sem
yeah
as a continuous of the 4 years that was never ended. Inti ase obia obuaye ma Ghana be cocaine hub no. Asa ba be ni dibre. Inti baby a cocaine share wo Ghana bia na baby e ko share ya ye ntumi enya 8 years na nto aso. Ni nyina aba. Na Felix Osi MPP was arrogant. MPP was say. Na asofo na say omo pay rules no. OSPs no say womanum aye omo de media houses na ye bo omo ye support omo funding ni sa no ma no omo say omo nye no ye feel say ye can drugs unim red ene sa no ma ne pen ye ka ye can ye hu impact of junkies in a society that ye hu impact that will affect a human workforce. A bedroom baby no, you need human to work, but because of drugs, the impact on society no unye nipa ebeye juma. Na yeti ho president na me before said the all say o second coming wasisa. But senya koke ni ba wa any play to Dunso. You can never change. You can never change. Because the people you appoint and the chair say you have changed or not. And Minister for Communication for government or say the utro social media no na ye boapayo utro say udi ye kana say utro say ope obi aye ne victim then nya wape say obe eno no fosu kwachi no kasa na no kasa no owo one man permission so on kasa hey president that you want to be tagged as a drug lord, that you want the country to be known as a drug hub. Me feel say can crofo ya bo mu di omo opposition answer na ka bo mu position now dogana. You tell them that they should go to the court and go and clear themselves and come.
Yeah, I also agree with you.
Go and clear yourself. If you really want the position, go and clear yourself and come.
Yeah, it's hanging.
Yeah.
In fact,
current governor cry clear now. You're fast track. You're clear now. You're the man. Look at the number of people who cases spend there. You're clear. Almost say they are in government.
So shocking, eh?
Yes, setting a certain precedence, view. And you see, and you see, you do buy a crown. You do Asha system on you who yeah more positions to tell you how important they are to the administration. To mention somebody as a technical director, a technical advisor. Ufo say, Penny be Bibia, that advisor will not have an input. In fact, on no one able to me a proposal as a young course direction way.
That's why advisor. One a technical advisor. And it can be a technical advisor to somebody. It is who need that technical expertise.
The presiding guy reports on what in kind. You know, Pulino.
Yes.
Who send you describe commission?
Yes.
And some home.
In fact, apart from Benjamin case, or no, your man of 5 kilos of cocaine under his care, and also
and then you say a check on Danny Gonguntino.
And so you
5 kilos of cocaine under his watch, so you're right.
Why?
Ben
the Gusa,
as director of operations then for NACO.
Just on the and yet high rank position on pet. On the
but I want a personal position. They ask one of personal.
No, so near the amount cookie amount was actually so crabby into a Diana as and I also play any people fine the auntie. A be a play this start here, Juman and you know, but Fanny and Yabaso. What you see?
Yeah.
So I must say, Papa ne man no call no. Omne leaky information. The anti-government. Ye should be you. But senya Ghana for as a moye dear drugs ne beba no ebe kan we be kan me. Sa junkie no oshia wo kwana ye na street light ni nye adwuma wo so no shia na bo hu the implication. Nti godom.
Abuja for antikoka na Martin ka se wakasa no na we can say because can say be said or can on the lighter note, but it is a very serious issue. Say if we are say abanyasem what horma bompai say unya abanyasem wa na nipa kona wo ya aban nipa no person wa abuse no officer. In fact, what problem? I'm not saying this OSP abuse ni issue. Even though I think say it is a wrong platform that we use no, but the coca can no. O could nya abanyasem na wo free nipa mba akomienu. We infa prosecutor no woni kwan woni abotre ma because say me producer enya nkwa no nya wo nti okwa adwuma eto mu akotense de kotan na twen wo phone so agya free we say o ye den enra me koye me se bit maka no ha enra me koye na mate me da se pa wo say baka say wo na wo ye consultant on ethics and the moral and I've taken a cue from you senior na me koye omuso minim say me kwa me ko report na omuka so that
was the agreement.
That was the agreement. But almost say that was a miscommunication, misunderstanding. Me koye no me sebo me kwa no muso ukada no na wo senka omo ene ye omo beba me bill no eko na omo ka senka de chi inu ana eka ye beba eno mu nyina nkofi but me se ma ante de sa me nim se sa no mo kan na chese wo se omo ema me bill no nipa mienu no ye frɛ wo mo na no mu nyina akɔ mu fie ye frɛ ba ko an fai ado so waben wo cantonment ba ko ye frɛ no me kwa me frɛ 27 times ai me kwa me frɛ 27 times na wonim madam bi wo frɛ ba ko no anfa ma frɛ wo sa na wo mfa na me snade na wo kase wo frɛ ba ko pɛ was ko ba bi fo frɛ ne se je hon kwa no mo ye no was say na ye friend say my friend was na me say ba ko na friend me was na say be phone no ebomu pu ba ko bi aso bomu 9 times it any to a friend me 9 times it say Peter jam me friend 27 ni me multiply 9 dia e say bubuja ya me anya Peter 27 times yes e ma ni be brave friend eventually yeah me pacho everybody know did I mention the name Did I mention the name? Yes. Oh, where the pass one fight? It was still advertent. Where the battery sign? Battery sign. It was still advertent, Miss Rebo. And man, you know. And the air quarter, there's a call for so, and a minute I would do. No, so, and the name, one a dear coy and also, and also Sadie, and could you say, Mina, I would Mahama, and the Uber for some. But I say, I don't say, there's no mere coincidence in this world. Now, your friend now, yeah, because as a cabran to a pan and come and be a metano. Why say God o kasa so jina ho I say bukoto dwe because mama obre wanya e be kwa me draw me be but me 1 minute me wia mama 1 minute ma me fast that kese e ma MPP fo nyina da no ankasa Dr. Bawumia himself e frame me prensa me say the course 3 times. That was my first time. And sana later me ne kasa yi e lawyer for be ba hall ma say on catch us aha say that let me miss him let me be let me be them aha let me shame but that no muso work aha enti ya no ewie ye no e na lawyer for be ba ya omuka say ofi omu Dr. Bameneka say omumra mo hwe asem no emeka e na ya no achirin MPP national chairman Urasti Ntim still Ntim nyane ne nkasa but we're making at least 5 different attempts. So I name Bekasa. I'm test me was a business no person make a bat. We'll make it be as Bianam or interview. It was Ntim so made that was oh no, send me can't I got back to him says in it. And ran so and ra minimum nam muti say a former second lady and then incoming first lady. Haji Asamra Bawumia papa bi ono so frame MP from penifo bebre na afre centralfo empenifo ora abedwonfo one put the dano ukua dano mesro me minka masemu ma minka masemu nwi asambe nie microphone se ka mini control so pa dia e ka ebe asemu let's refer to him that be mesro he appropriate time no obey no complete me pacho ma minka die wa man wa ka che me say wa ka che me say yes me show briefing of what happened and asemu mo dey ato me so and based on that no me issue statement. Oh, there be some member. There be one person better no here say. Osman the secretary or the organizer. Oh, me pacho, ma make myself bisemu. 80 edano menene kasai. Mesemu. Edano ora abedwonfo. Now we program serious high powered program. Menene kasai. Our phone so. Mas God me so munya Ntim na memory aba wo lawyer say this am so nyame adu this am me bill no wono so e buy MPP fo mpanifo nyina en centralfo ma me mo ba kudin ayi commander Boham ofra bobi as a friend kwabra friend no say God na wo dem na say I say we dey so no yes convert in quotes or friend me and I wouldn't and I can crash so friend me can crash say a lawyer can crash friend me I'm senior nyame do say ma beka mo ho and also beka ho he fan ex convict team of journalists ex convict no ma ba beka ho and of course Abdul Malik Kuba ko dey say Ntim yi na chema wontumi for the past 3 days because our family more than times what our family wife every adult I would be Chaba want to be friend me. What do you feel? Why you say now? Almost say like we the buy we say this. Ubia MPP social media for I don't know how they got rid of it. Me go inside me one say one free go dance be there. Kon say tago me the me hwehwe mu no me hwehwe mu dem say crobia come na Ashanti sasha se pa anti crobia ene crobia the baby that be ene ye kojo opon kroma e baby ene kojo opon ko sa hwan no okay we dey me behwe all right enti we in fact asem si no anyu obiam na mowa wani edin se den oh mujida oh Jennifer Queen Elena Madeku Mimimo Mamefia Koto Olive nana oye o kind nana oye minimum obi a want me anka ase bi etimi damu nyina ase eti me pa cho yanko mesramo ye Peter yanko next topic no
Just conclude on OSP.
oh you want to go okay fine
Just short briefly.
Okay.
Obiani stands on OSP. This OSP office no me say Nkaibeya yen scrap it. Many I said Nketia yaji. In fact, it reinforced this thing was reinforced me call hono. And I mean who say Charlie yes eska it was our office mo. And if it is possible that redirect scan. If our workers not employed, no, they may be needed in Myanmar Kofi, sir. They may be needed. Yes, exactly. Redirect to and call other state issues in financial aid. Shraj is struggling financially. Shraj does a lot of things. Yoko woho and other institutions woho. And in fact, a big crowd to Marco NIB. A big back yen chichomo. No more investigation. My in for some ray. May dear Hamis say. And then he say, me bompa say me godon on me dani fugitive. And they have me because many. Yes.
Fugitive as marking.
Yes.
I didn't say moon about. Many Casayo.
Yes.
Anopano. So on one name the one to know. Or few other things. I would let or buy around or don't know better me. Say, I now from me. No, who better me. In then one opano. No say, Minia. Miko intimidate me no the move betre. But there was no arrangement say.
Yes.
Within 1 hour 30 minutes. Miko very important meeting.
Okay.
Now
Ajumani jina why
important meter I'll call it.
Yes.
Oh
no, don't no comment. The American say, let me just conclude by saying many will be for Sasari.
Yes.
You're born by the Jane. Baby, I do know me Asaribidia for Gordon Asaribidia come back because we need bill board no 5 million Ghana cedis. Me I meet to many Wilbur for Sasari. Yeah, Nibi.
Oh, Mobi, I'm only Bianca, Mamu Belimu. Oh, yeah, okay, Mobi. Please, I don't go there.
Oh, you see, yeah, will be. But yeah, to me, and my 5 million.
You don't waste it on your junior brother.
My junior brother.
No, if you spend on your junior brother,
my junior brother not to run away. Not to attempt to run away because.
Emphasize your point to us. What's a bit while small one and say?
Said now. Now, we are sure so much you have but it's just a goodwill. Until I hope he say many Wilbur for Sasari. Your goodwill, baby. Ama we or two can cry and Yanko Pond in Baba.
And Yami admit them to quite.
Yami didn't buy Jordan. Office there. Look. One of our cases are also
174
and more
prosecution in 5.
Prosecution 5. That is 2.87%.
Okay.
That's 2.87%. Our my but that is how much your budget here allocated more. Huge. Because I'll be visiting there probably regularly. No? Sometimes you need to be measured in what you say. But what I say, everybody knows my opinion. Say, South office no, yes, set it up no. I think it has not brought dividend to be MIA because I don't know how much they be able to investment where if I runs into billions of Ghana cedis now since it was set.
There be part of a prosecution class. I remember mobile can home.
Okay.
And we had number of complaints 174.
Okay.
Prosecutions 4. Recovered 3 million. 3 million.
So 3 billion. Mama 3 million.
3 billion.
They make 3 billion. Send them. It's now million. They say Shamame do.
3 million.
My magic said 3 billion.
3 million.
Number of skill my recover 3 million.
Land Cruisers 10. Bear saying.
Even
Land Cruisers.
But you know so they input there.
I agree with you. Investment there sometimes is good. In fact. Nepa now I employ more crowd sometimes we build their capacity.
And your factory no more there's some produce
exactly.
And then maybe
what I saw that no I call her Wednesday no by 5 o'clock. No man who say as if there was mad rush say out of the office.
But they are civil servants. 85 about 5 about.
But that is, I know maybe there will be some skeletal stuff from Bewo.
Of course.
But also her night, they are so canny.
Hey, can the whole my wife a power
24/7. I think it's also a problem.
Because
it's a security zone.
But what parliament is out to now show what dining and now more house now share parliament
10-story building.
No, fine. Peter, young boy, as a laji. Me alaji me show bo. Say minyane. Ghana ya mede.
Yes.
Me busha for my Ghana.
That's right.
To be too kwan ya mesen aba. Me kwa me mpabu chitina. And na brandy omoka se wo dwane.
Okra, you don't even need to run and run away because you are not even only court. Now court I say we
court mini court. Anyway, yehwe what the yehwe DBC. Peter.
Say no me beside you.
A private conversation.
Okay. No, public.
No, a private conversation you have with somebody.
Okay. Me say that ben na.
Who's that? Peter, yeah go.
So who has been there? Fancy.
Okay, but that's
maybe time will tell.
Okay, time will tell. It would be a point for say.
As me by ya tin same baby, but time will tell.
Yeah, time will tell.
Actually, now the girl I'm saying no.
Okay.
Unim. Okay.
Ada
wa hwade no. Okay.
And alambu say go to ni honti.
Obe ba me ho ana say galam say we go round na me na preko na.
Obi abeka
Dabi.
Obi abeka bi. Dabi. Obi abeka round. Me ba cho menya ye be pon 20 to 11. The exactly 10:35 na mapon.
Okay.
Eti yenko. Why?
Hwe. Unim say galam say. Ehu. Aginsem. Na ne media ya me yan say ebra na President Kufuor ka so the president ato the presidency ato on the line na Ghana for mwa na yem fight galamsey nipa bebre antenase because unim galamsey no me as somebody who have lived anyini wo boase aminim galamsey said the nyoma ne said the tie no
galamsey hub.
Okay. Or say careful. A complex. No. And your AI. Say President Mama promises or the AI be fighting. Oh, how? My sister, you say we're resigning from Edge, but on the another
Dodge. Edge no one company.
Oh, me back.
Dodge.
You be I know you different.
Dodge there it was a contract.
The people involved in a galamsey no. Ebi mo ekure skapa.
Yeah.
Na unse ade bia sika womun bia ne kono eden. And you be the year politics. At the time, near Castle, Omunyai, because all politics constituencies in places are galamsey war. Kokasa chair man for so Modie, Muba, Momaye. Now Mube Pekwa Mubafasa Momaya. Oh, show mu Kutupa. So, in Tomunyai, okay, the famous video to no bene. And in fact, indeed, MPP suffered.
Infamous. Infamous because a negative and yet. So it makes
their case. Their case.
Their Kukubahi and the former fencing.
21. Oh, now say infamous, but no. But famous, am I because they benefited.
But the counterpart anya appointment by any akitu one.
Oh, Benya. Say onam from amu ore enajuma. Oh,
you see, infamous because they were not projecting idea Bema Ghana development akosro into a negative. It infamous. A popular, but a infamous.
To NDC and on Mona or Muye side man.
As I didn't give us argument. But there be a public education. Larger group will infamous. I just had the cocaine cartels no. Yeah, it was guys who infamous no. Of course, benefit from black.
Now, me say the NDC benefited.
Okay.
From such campaign on our mining communities. to the extent say 2020 election results ya be kan ho asem wa happen constituency so even constituency MPP cry win here cry no vote no so tey any 2024 in fact when civil society organizations binom any labor unions yes sir President Akufo-Addo and take action wo ho no President Mahama and NDC were actively involved say you declare state of emergency or mining community because mining no e dienya at the time na nyoma bi kura say yeti hey what is new about the fight about Galamsey?
What is new say new ni say umakwa kote ye friend say Ghana no almost say ye friend say Dabi China Association of China Ghana Mining. Yeah, friend LBG and I said the I. Mr. Ashanti, me de be atos you so amount. Na me producer back cooker. And now we madam.
2020.
See what about the one fact to say was a historic moment as Mr. Historic moment as Mr. Amaku Fibua, Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, alongside the Chinese ambassador to Ghana, Ambassador Henry and business mogul Mr. Ibrahim Mahama, led dignitaries in officially inaugurating the Association of China Ghana Mining LBG. This milestone marks a new era of collaboration, sustainability, and growth in Ghana's mining sector. Tim Sasad Bacho, one year video so any Bacho NDA ready any and the hormone. And now we are video because Krebi so I think about 10 seconds be now with the a historic moment as Mr. Makufibua, Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, alongside Chinese ambassador to Ghana and business mogul Mr. Ibrahim Mahama, brother of the president. And come on. I Ibrahim Mahama ni I want when you ask one as a China ambassador to Ghana. And yes, Ghana and China for at gold a good company association. And they said, baby, I don't know. That be mining.
Most of the I know about 3 top mining companies in Ghana. This is a Chinese for there. Golden Star.
Okay.
Golden Star now. Both Omo Ntim and Prisia mines now. Omo friend Chimfang Bisa. There is one also in the western region. No. That's the Chimfang gold mine. Chimfang gold mine.
Peter Ukai President Mahama ni 120 days. Mahama's first 120 days social contract na. Oka omu se obe fight Galamsey obaya. Hwe no obaye no. Wa benefit from the Galamsey problem ye o. Ni nkofo binumu ko ye campaign wo communities are mining wo say MPP asheda na oma amamfo eye Galamsey and omo tata community for na omo ye nam communities ni ye Galamsey no. No ba they will be different. In fact, in the last election crowd called Mpowo constituency, now one Ghana for a kasa. Tia simbi or kind. Or say, I'm quoting him, President Mahama. It is ridiculous to have foreigners engage in the same illegal activity, and then you release them without prosecution or fine, but sentence our very own people to these consequences.
Okay.
It is sad. The government said it was fighting Galamsey, and they arrested and prosecuted and jailed Ghanaians who engaged in that activity, but left Chinese out of the country.
So the latest is that Interior Minister Muntaka Mubarak SCC policy NDC abandia back to fight Galamsey ni say. Who China ni biya woye Galamsey anase frauda mochina mamufane court immediately mufane immigration ni deport na wo ba yin wadi wonon kwan po jani tumi so deport ni pa more than 100
so hu
me wanga
yes
that video wo ho
but civil society organizations.
Because when one was deported,
yes,
first instance,
yes.
So more criticize.
Oh, they criticize.
Why didn't you try people?
And I can't be na pese mama ko ka say I didn't ebe chicha na ni ebe manako. Na Ghana for the yachi o matu no oba obeyi o mu nyina apie. But ofi say the mpanimfo bi a omo hyehye o ma galamsey for omo galamsey site no achi. Omo mum ne yeso ahwehwe mo nya o ma okope kakra di. O galamsey site no so ye chi no kotum. Mpawcho NDC bai omo nche amamfo mfo omo nkokota na. Omo fa China for enko back. What is new?
Nti okwachi am robbers.
Yes.
Na so ochi omo.
Yes.
Obeja omo.
Because obi na asmo say omo na mewe. Yeah.
E say we jaka say ye kwa hwe di ba ko to tuo ni pump action man.
Sana what try man na send.
That's their logic.
Share. Ghana Web, any city, T. Stop chasing and shooting illegal miners, President Mahama.
Oh, sir.
Yes.
Stop chasing and shooting.
Yes.
Nanya na omane boama enrechi I was say the most egregious crime abba. And they say Nanado yi soldier for every galamsey say some mrefi.
Yes. The defense minister.
Hey.
At the time these are President Mahama announced before by president.
Okay, well,
Mami go to some in about 1, 2, 3, 4th paragraph. The use of security personnel against our young men and women, galamseyers, is nothing new. We tried it didn't work. And I'm surprised the MPP administration is using the same tactics.
Oh, John Mahama?
President Mahama.
Okay.
Paucho and Ney, are they not chasing galamseyers out? The same President Mahama. The same President Mahama. Graphic online. Stop chasing illegal miners with soldiers.
Hey.
Mahama to government. Yes.
Stop chasing
illegal miners with soldiers. Mahama to go. Anybody can go get it.
Yes, and that the kind of so the kind
why did you allow the soldiers to leave the place?
Yes.
The father is going north, the son is going south.
Assembly. and so they're in 60s and 7s.
No, baby, I am one said quotation from the story. No.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4th paragraph. It is true that if we don't do something about it, it will destroy environment. That is the galamsey. But we need to apply wisdom. President Mahama need a choice of words. We need to apply wisdom in chasing our people or small scale miners from the site.
I see.
Say nyoma e kosi misremo.
They are applying wisdom.
They are applying wisdom.
They are applying wisdom.
What we?
Oh, everything to conclude,
yeah.
Before you be in the buy and me share our platform so. And unofficial.
Free.
Almost from what you say. Na MPP for penny for BBD.
Frepon Boate said me meet guys, me Jandy minimum say Frepon Boate why true because we try to me so. I would try to so Peter would try to so. Meboa.
That picture no crama. Last me call me office na me call who picture na try.
Sao do one. Forest Hotel.
Oh yeah.
No picture no. My print.
Who said that day? See, make us work that day na NDC for so a program.
Oh yes.
Now for some
in fact, we are secret.
That's why I want to mention their names. Yes, Emma, foreign partners, be foreign partners. Oh,
yes.
Any was I'm watching.
I nearly mentioned that.
And what do you know?
Manu,
Mr. Santi Patrol, Interior Minister, as some Kafa, the new policy on fighting galamsey by the John Mahama administration. Me patcho me da maw. Twa me tum sisi just a minute na yenko. Why Mr. Yenko? Era me bono.
Forest. What do we do to them? Since I became the Minister of Interior, we have returned well over 107 citizens of other countries that we have found in fraud and in galamsey activities. I want to reiterate to the regional police commanders in particular that any foreigner that we find in our forest, immediately call your colleague from the immigration for them to pick them, because we have decided that any foreigner that we find in our forest or involved in any fraud our first option is to repatriate them back into their country. And we will not compromise on this. So as regional police commanders, I have written to the IGP insisting that if any commander, we found that you get foreigners and you cannot forward them to us for repatriation, then that may mean that you may not want to stay in that region. Countries that we have found in fraud and in galamsey activities. I want to reiterate to the regional police commanders in particular that any foreigner that we find in our forest, immediately call your colleague from the immigration for them to pick them, because we have decided that any foreigner that we find in our forest or involved in any fraud, our first option is to repatriate them back into their country, and we will not compromise on this. So as regional police commanders, I have written to the IGP insisting that if any commander, we found that you get
for President Mahama through his interior minister Kachani say dear who China ni bia warrior galamsey and that's all defraud will be at this one the first Falcoma immigration officer what also nyanwa want to become Falcoma airport on Falcoma China first option, and which is even a dangerous proposition. Was it there? Was it foreign nationals? Okay. Okay.
Who's the President Mahama and NDC? Any some civil society organization or some pa or Safma for Chow? Oh, a pa President Kufuor Chow.
Oh, baby, or Safma for Oyi or US. Yes. Emma Ghana Nibu Holmoko attack. Do you remember? Yes. Namiko Binamigo. Sadly, Namigo. And I saw what happened.
Or some call much up when they decided to say, based on diplomatic arrangement being
Edipa Bakupe, Edipa Bakupe free Ghana and call President Mahama as a Ghana and she because Edipa Bakupe. Meanwhile, before then, your tenure and why deported about 5,000.
5,000 came under his tenure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Galamsey, Ebo, Galamsey.
Just small point on
class prefect.
Small point on the yes. On the
so Ubo Chrome Gold in the
okay. From Paul Boatin on page 13. From Paul Boatin on page 13. Tido Kafa, the NDC for Ntim. Or say after having said about NDC for involved in the fact the headline is established minors who are members or sympathizers of the NDC. On the third paragraph, in the Wasa East District, a former NDC deputy minister who is also MP for Wasa East constituency has been actively mining in Subri forest for years. Or mining of forest too, and I almost say, okay, mining of forest I been see that Yembo President Kufuor ne MPP a chukra for a implementing such policy. When the MPP party officials complained and the army component of Operation Vanguard was withdrawn almost 2 years to the 2020 elections, the NDC was given an advantage in terms of access to resources from mining. This is because there are far more NDC people engaged in illegal mining than MPP members in the region.
Sir?
This is what that there are far more NDC people. But there are far more NDC people who are engaged in illegal mining than MPP members in the region on quote.
Yeah, for what in
and
okay. And yes, Yanko Obama, Yanko
Ntim, but I think one of the first people who really report to me. Oh, Prof.
Hey!
Yes.
What could you fear that?
Of course.
No. I say.
My background here.
I say human being. There may come background, no matter. What background I for better goose.
No. It's here.
I say human being.
Because of friend journalist be. Now, me kono me koye research about climate change and environmental issues. So that's my background.
Okay.
It's a whole now they wait me. I mean, I didn't really pay any attention to it. But on the most serious note on Galamsey, me point is as a climate change person, I am worried. And now Ubio free Western region Takwane Cristiano. We share a bonds and Sunia Dena. Yeah, that's my constituency, Christian Valley. I am worried. President Akufo-Addo, it's the first time I approach no fire. Let me feel no say the Kelly Galamsey. Unfortunately, okay, so the presidency beto so no, it affected MPP in 2020 elections. Nti usha I mean Western region part of the constituency no. Because maybe I have said that any minister obetinya fight Galamsey no, me feel say yes so free Galamsey area ho. Yes. That's what because the reason why this particular minister no me lose control no so to fight Galamsey no is
Amakofibua
the constituency Lembele.
Yes. Amakofibua
Go to Kekam, go to Ezimbo, go to Akango, all the communities in his constituency. I am Basa. The constituency chairman. The constituency chairman. All the Nzima enclave. Yes. The Galamsey
yes.
It's the okay can be brain no rhetorics and or the media works exactly. And I have also given up on this government on Galamsey because look at the utterances from the interior minister.
First option.
Look at Omanebo Ama, defense minister. The okay and Enra. I saw now because I is almost giving up on the fight. But Ukodria ko concern bro. If you feel on in opposition, Omudria ko concern bro.
So if you feel
me, na me him say President Mama ba Galamsey no be West because all the people who drafted NDC manifesto on Galamsey no. It was under their regime.
Yes.
Between 2013, 14, 15, and Galamsey is 7 GSM.
Yes.
Ebini mi amu offer Tony Obin. So it's not surprising. Some man some finance by Minerals Commission. Then also Narco Petroleum Hub. Some kosher because under his regime, as Minerals Commission CEO, when Inusa Fuseni was the last minister,
yes.
Kona, almost that targeted wound to me as an individual. So no more granting license na NDC. Inti na mfi say Peter Mewu asoma kire me. In fact,
oh boy, no say no. Mami can be man. On say or starting say even though amount for say even though it was seen say it was targeting through MPP people. But at least when he started getting the NDC guys and one is
changing no
when he started say or better target to bring the NDC
and I buy Ayaga buy
no I'm confident
New Samuels
and after that na Ayaga buy
I don't go to environment I'm for call answer
okay Ayaga the car say they lost the fight against Galamsey
yes environment minister
yes Ayaga the car
it's golden Sisi Galamsey sem because of the hypocrisy in the system to be ample advocate for Galamsey we are unjindi because now where is Professor Jampo in fact one person why are consistent on this fight Erasmus Asari
so no politician
exactly and Yura can actually so still matter say ugusu ekasa and I'm saying matter until say civil society na appeal to the ordinary citizens na dey ni ato yensuo ni nsase ni ade say no but the political fight the political will to fight Galamsey there based on the utterances of President Mahama and his ministers and the actors involved I don't think so we are getting anywhere.
All right.
I can only plead sir so for no. I saw from Kwasi say
Amanda.
I saw for
Peter will call for no.
I saw from say but for the sake of the future.
When you say Peter call for Catholic Church. They issue the statement no mo here work.
Accra diocese.
And then Omabre.
Koka Pacho doing in 5 minutes. 3 impo. Maybe that would have manaka dobeka.
Me a Romani, but me hypocrisy.
I'm the only communion there.
Ebo.
Ye boshe mu mfe. Nkokra mu ni nan mu tumi nante ye. I'm daring you people. Mu ye hypocrites. Na musum nyamia. Call on this government. Let's go on the same state of emergency na mukai. But can she be the midin who ya.
Tobo.
Ye hypocrite.
Tobo.
Why do address is him for better TV so?
Sir, me who is
that man? You were leading people to say that, but Mama he was pressing Ghana, pressing people's neck. State of emergency, Yanko. And the NDC stations now tell how difficult it is to stop Galamsey. Yanko Pombebusa.
Okay.
God will ask you, Kenashigbe, you were leading people. Now, where Jumani say, Ubetina Telecom, your friend is saying, ah wo bet na wa
Ghana Telecom Chamber
ewia to me zoom now wo kire baby a your friend say galam say muko ho meeting wo your friend is saying moving pick
no
mutunu no mutunu who ya be ma komu ko ne koka yes because I'm a hypocrite now what you want support it me na ye adwuma wo mot me genti me kasa mo ma me kasa. This world, don't be somebody you are not. Men try so be you be a wonye. Politics enya ho na wudi wagro. Ko hwe wo engineer ni sa no ma no. Sa hypocrisy as ye dogana too much na ye ubotom.
Mr. Harry Pacho me dey be Emma Fatos mami. Abra ko kekasa. Fatos
mami. Me am
mami.
sorry for Roman for no. Mweni ewu
To boma wo.
Mu dogana pa. 3 months. Munya dia mo kan. Oh, me tie dia o kan. Dia me Roman ni. Na me come asem. Sa heat no mo dey buy. We need the same heat. Don't you see what is going on?
Don't you agree with him that the heat they brought?
No, and yeah, about time. They should get up and work. The same work they work, they should do the same thing.
No,
we are Roman for.
When the situation is getting worse.
Yeah. Now, plant here way, and then when I'm assuming a defense minister.
Preacher way and come pen.
And I'm a amount.
A defense minister.
What would say radio? There was only say, Dr. Maneboa was a stop chasing illegal miners with soldiers, Mahama to government.
April 20, 2016.
2016.
No,
And
2018 and
2018. And we year 2025.
Yes.
Defense Minister, John Mahama president appointed was a NPP's military withdrawal from Galamsey fight is a cardinal sin against humanity. And they say no, as defense minister, we catch a president, they say, all my soldiers name call and national my soldiers in Embra. Now, seven and President Mahama. And no, Coca, Tosbagus and Yako.
On a share soldier for
but over to your so.
On my neighbor, I mean, a Jumanu to me, if you will be and also Cotton home. Now, full social media and the Edikwa military. Now, face story, Uverting, normal kind of way. The same heat and go for the buy, we should give them the same heat. We should stop that hypocrisy. But can I see better? You bet not Ghana how no Roman for no. You bet not come. Maybe we didn't say some to me general the collection. Na mu musa mu baby e sika free ba. But mu to me general be e chika se. Ono ya galam say ya. Mu musa mu baby e sika free ba. Ya dey be cham we aboa mu no. Mu musa baby e sika free ba. Hypocrites. And now you saw if you cannot speak to the people dissolving and destroying our country, don't go and stand on the altar and pray.
In fact,
and member of parliament for
Galamsey. In fact, Roman phone kwan.
Debbie.
And you also for penny or more Ghana.
I saw for penny be
even churches say we should declare Ghana
state of emergency. And a trade union.
Trade unions in in fact, they said they were.
Meet you.
Let me put it on record. Say, you may have issues with the College Bishops Conference, but it is the only group, at least from the PNDC days, every quarter they issue statements on national issues, criticizing and giving constructive views on governance over the years. And I can tell you, say their next meetings are and maybe after Easter festivities, no, Obeti Catholic bishops in car. What I say? And Munya Botre, no, Munya Botre. We should not criticize them on
my Peter so can
what me criticize you almost say be on match. But to my view, me feel say almost say abayan ye mo 3 at least 100 days no moon settle. Then we can take a decision.
And you're the same government.
With or yes. With or without, you can disagree with their stance. Say be almost say more be 100 days no. I know. Because I've all their community issue over the years. They take on government. So you cannot call them hypocrites. You cannot refer to them say, "Bia, Akufa don't kwa NABia omo authority na buying on some of the issues omo raise." What I say? You can.
Koka eba ne koka soja papa na wo to say penepita ache no wo to say penepita so ache no tiri nyina no sa na nyina ebomu a enti koka ebeka me ho Peter Ankuma of Daily Dispatch ebeka me ho menua ebu amwa so ebeka me ho. Then of course Aud Mahama managing editor of the custodian newspaper and head of ethics and moral committee patrol and word kakra and now pay and member of parliament for Ashanti South also member of parliament for Ashanti South also Reverend John Ntim Fordjour. That means kudos to you, kudos big ups to you, Reverend John Ntim Fordjour, and also become home Emma Edin, Mr. Ashanti, and then Master A.B. Billy, Munina no Yadamas. Once again, as like I say, echo my chairman. Wouldn't to me, Nakupo Isha baby war and a baby. Was so hard man, I would talk over because ya what times I was shares it was so chat and ranterum. Once again, as I can say, Comakri Joku said there was a man, your time. No, it's yes, so from God Nasabediako. Have a blissful weekend. We are out of here.